You can take your blankets, and we're gonna start off with getting ourselves, like I was just saying, into that place of being connected to our bodies again. Yeah, because nowadays a lot of us are kind of being like circus performers. We're juggling so many things at the same time. And now we're just gonna do one thing. And in fact, the one thing that we're going is going to be the doing of nothing. That sounded kind of Pooh actually. We're going to learn how to undo the doing. So let's lay down, take your time, and extend your legs over something that gives you a little more support under your knees. And also start feeling the hips against the earth. Start feeling your arms against the earth. And then lay your spine down just little by little. And then start letting yourself record these sensations. So let yourself start noticing with the mind. So taking your awareness from elsewhere to this present moment, to what you're experiencing right now in your body. So it's up to you. You can either choose to relax your arms over the body, your hands onto the belly, the solar plexus, or if it feels nice today to just lay the arms to your sides and let your palms relax. You can choose that as well. And then anytime that we start allowing ourselves to let go, there's always a little part of us, I think our overachiever selves, and a lot of you are amazing achievers. So just allowing yourself to realize that in this moment now, you're going to give yourself a break from having to effort. So take a deep breath here. And then as you exhale, let go and just begin that process of allowing yourself to just be. We're going to bring our awareness to different parts of the body in our opening today. So just noticing right now, bringing your full attention to your right leg. And feeling the weight of the right leg onto the support that you have chosen. Whether the right leg is against the earth or somehow propped. Let yourself now even extend a little more through the right leg. So lengthening that right leg out more. And then letting it settle again. Nice. And then as you do that, feel how you can really sense that right leg more. Take a deep breath in through your right leg. And then as you exhale, imagine the bone from the very center of the right leg, the bones of the right leg, just relaxing. And as that happens, allow that sense of relaxation to permeate towards the muscles, the skin, the fluids that are circulating within the right leg. Just all of it starting to just be. Beautiful. And then we'll let ourselves gently bring awareness to the left leg. And just as it is right now, just sensing your left leg. And then extending a little more through the left leg, maybe lengthening from within the leg, along the bones, and laying the left leg back against the earth or the prop you're using. Nice. And deepen your breath here. And as you exhale again, allow yourself to just be and to just feel that sensation of weight, of gravity, holding the right leg. And from the very center of the bones, the femur, the shin bone, the knee, the foot, let yourself feel from the very center of the bones a sense of relaxation, a sense of weight allowing itself to be supported. And let that sensation permeate through to the muscles, to the fluids, to the skin. And just let the entire left leg be supported. And then we're going to bring our awareness gently towards the hips. So noticing that the hips are already supported. Noticing the weight of the hips, whether it feels evenly supported. And again, if you need to do any shimmying, doing that so that you feel more even through the hips. And we're just going to sense the breath here. We're not going to need to do anything extra. Just sensing the hips fill with breath. And sensing the hips let go towards the earth as you exhale. We'll hang out here for a few more breaths. With each breath, feeling the structure, the weight of the bones of the hips, the pelvis, just relaxing. And over the next few breaths, allowing the organs, the fluids, the muscles, the skin to also relax. Beautiful. And then allowing awareness to gently move up towards the torso. Noticing your breath flowing into the torso, feeling a sense of expansion and opening. And as you exhale, feeling the torso gently relax, the bones relaxing towards the earth, the organs almost feeling like they're softening into support. And over the next 5 breaths here, just allow yourself to notice the sensations that are happening as you simply breathe and as you simply rest your awareness on the torso. Notice which parts of the front body might feel like a sensation of rising or uplift is happening. And notice which parts of your torso begin to let go as you exhale. So it's your unique journey, your awareness, your body, your breath. Beautiful. Then we're going to let our awareness rest at the neck and the shoulders. Just gently guiding your awareness into this area. And knowing that for most of us, we have a lot of thoughts and maybe even judgments about this area. Just because this area tends to want to help us to effort a lot and tends to react to our emotions and to tension. And so now bring a little kindness to this area. Just internally imagine yourself giving yourself a hug, even holding your shoulders, letting them soften. And if you have a message for your shoulders, for your neck, just to let them know that you're here with them and you're grateful for everything that they do. So your personal message, you take a few moments to just let yourself chat to your body. Great. And then we're going to just wrap the arms gently so that the hands are going to circle around the shoulders. Letting the weight of the arms just relax onto the heart for now. Letting that weight that is on the heart become a reassuring sensation for the nervous system. And take a few more breaths here. Just let yourself hear again that message that you were letting your shoulders and your neck listen to from your heart. That gratitude for everything that they do. And then we're going to take the left hand and just gently let the left hand touch the right side of the neck a little bit more, the back of the right shoulder a little bit more. Just a gentle caress. So you're not trying to make anything go away. You're not trying to massage into a knot and try to make that knot disappear. Just touch. Message of support to the nervous system. Just like if you're petting your dog or if you're just saying hi to somebody who needs comfort. Then we'll take that to the other side. So just bringing the right hand to the side of the neck and the shoulder. And just letting the left shoulder, the side of the neck, just really feel that caress. It's almost like when somebody is agitated and you're just trying to give them a little comfort. They're there. Yeah, just a couple more breaths of sensation and letting sensation inform the nervous system that we're here now, we're coming home to our bodies. And then your hands are going to sweep along your arms. So just letting yourself feel the skin of your arms, feeling sensation of the hands where there is so much more neural connection between our hands to our brain than almost anywhere else in the body in terms of being connected. And so just a little bit more just feeling and being, letting your body connect to your mind. Nice. And then from here, whatever feels natural to you, just let the hands gently interlace, and we're going to draw up a little bit more through the fingertips. We're going to sweep the arms back, maybe pressing down against the earth, letting the heart rise a little bit. And then bring your arms back to your sides and just come back to feeling the earth against the back body again. We're going to take 3 more breaths here to complete our initiating into letting our nervous system and our body become grounded. And so with each breath, let the breath fill the whole body. And with each exhalation, let the whole body feel the support of the earth. And 2 more breaths like that on your own, letting go of anything you don't want to hold on to right now. Any tension, any mental, emotional efforting. Great. And then from here, we're just simply bending the knees, bringing the feet a little closer, and placing the hands under the shins. We're going to draw the knees a little closer towards the ribs. Nice. Relax your shoulders here and just let the lower back lengthen. And again, you'll be feeling your breath more now. You can feel your breath massaging the lower back. And again, just letting yourself record this feeling. The body is always just remembering, collecting information as you experience. Great. And then from here, we're going to keep the knees bent and closer together in towards the body. We're going to extend the right leg away from us. So right toes are going to point and lengthen away towards the wall that is opposite you. Hands over the left shin. Just gently draw the left knee in a little more. And if it's comfortable, you're going to let the right leg relax against the earth. Nice. From here, we're going to start straightening the left leg more. Those of you who can reach your left foot, you can hold on to the foot as you lengthen up, or we can hold on to the ankles or anywhere along the leg that's comfortable, even behind the left thigh. So anything that feels like a good leverage for you, then we're going to press the left heel up to the sky and press the ball of the left foot up to the sky more. Nice. And just relaxing the shoulders here, pressing the heels away. And we'll take 3 more breaths here. We're going to let our awareness be in the sensation of the left leg, and we're also going to let our awareness notice the shoulders and the neck. So breathing in, filling these areas with awareness and with breath. And as you breathe out, let these places simply soften a little. Nice. Couple more breaths like that. And as you sense opening, you can draw the leg a little closer to yourself. Left outer hip is going to draw towards the right heel. Awareness to your shoulders again, and as you exhale, let the shoulders relax. Great. And then from here, keeping the left leg lengthened, we're going to come into a twist. So you're going to open up your arms, and you're going to bring the left leg across the body. So if you had a prop under your body, that's totally fine. Just leave it there, and we're going to cross the leg over. If your leg is a little higher and not touching the ground, that's totally fine. So kind of just figure out what feels right for you now. Then right hand can either support under the leg or have a little more weight if you want to increase that sensation, and just press the leg towards the earth. Great. And then over the next few breaths, you're going to either draw the leg a little higher towards yourself, or you're going to maybe even bend the knee a little, so you're in charge of figuring out what feels like the right degree of sensation to breathe into. And resting the back of the head against your pillow that you've been using or against the earth. You're going to hang out here for 5 more breaths. And there's nothing else to have to do right now. We're just breathing into the hips. We're letting the shoulders relax. We're simply being. Notice the magic of when the breath starts to flow through the spine. And as the breath flows back down the spine, there's a sense of unraveling, a sense of tensions that are around the spine, the vertebrae, just starting to unravel little by little. Take another breath here. Nice. And then we're going to bring the left leg all the way back up. Relax your shoulders again. Just draw the leg in towards yourself one more time. Notice if things feel a little different. And then really let yourself be with the sensations in that experience. And like any yogi, we're going to let go and let it be. Nice. So just practicing letting whatever was experienced just be. And we'll let ourselves come into the present moment on the other side. So bending the right leg, drawing the right shin towards yourself. We're going to extend the left toes to the wall opposite us. Make yourself comfortable again through your shoulders, through your neck. Draw the right knee in a little bit more. And then we'll rest the left leg against the earth again. And that is if it feels right for you. If you need more support, you can always bend the knee and have your foot against the earth, the left knee. Then from here, let's extend the right leg. And again, your choice to hold your foot or any other part of the leg that feels best for you. Interlace your hands behind your right leg, and we'll just press the right foot towards the sky. The inner right foot, the ball of the foot, and the heel are just going to gently lengthen up. Nice. And then the right outer hip is going to draw towards the left foot. Then again, we're going to train our awareness to become really good at deciding where it wants to focus. So to whatever degree, you're going to let yourself bring awareness back to the leg, the right leg, to the neck, and to the shoulders. We'll take a few more breaths here, just letting ourselves notice the sensations of breath, the sensations of whatever shifts you might be experiencing through the neck and through the legs. And then knowing that we don't have to be overly serious about any of this, and even as we're trying to direct our awareness, it's like we're just hanging out with a puppy. And so if at first awareness wanders, then we're just going to gently bring it back. Yeah, so you're doing this in any way that feels right for you. Great. And then over the next couple of breaths, starting to draw the leg in maybe a little more if there's room to do so. Breathing into all of that in the leg, knowing that it's very common for all of us to have accumulated whatever it is that we're feeling in the legs. And as you let go, then you're just simply experiencing the same liberation as everyone else. Then from here, left hand outside the right leg. We're going to start sweeping the leg across to twist again. And if you want a little more weight, you're going to keep the hand on top of the leg, or if for your body today, having your arm to support you under the leg feels better, you can do that too. So just breathing here, choosing what feels right, adjusting and lengthening the right sit bone towards the left heel. Great. Rest the head, the back of the head, again, support again. And then we'll let the right shoulder deliberately relax. Nice, just hanging out here, pressing through the right leg. If it feels better to have the right knee bent, feel free to take that option. We're going to take 5 beautiful, full breaths here. And let yourself check out right now that the length of your breath today. So without judgment, just noticing what the length of the breath might be feeling like for you today. And then gently letting your exhalations just feel like a silken thread that can get a little bit longer. So taking 3 more breaths like this. Great. And then when you're ready, we're going to draw the right leg back in, extending the right leg up again and drawing it gently towards the body for a couple more breaths. Let the shoulders just relax again. Nice. And then we'll just let go again. Let the right leg come back towards the earth. And we'll take 3 breaths here. Again, anything that is arising that wants to be let go of through the out breath, let it ride out on the exhale. So 2 more breaths like that, really gentle with yourself, just allowing the breath to flow in and allowing the breath to flow out. Great, and with all that stability that you have reintroduced to your awareness, we're just going to keep our connection to that as we bend our knees, as we turn to our side. Okay, let's come back onto the hands and the knees, and we'll come into cat and cow. So inhaling, rolling the heart up, and exhaling, rounding the spine. So as we were saying today, we're really going to let ourselves continue to build on that ability to soothe the nervous system, to self-regulate through our practice, so that we have a stronger ability to deal with stress when it arises, so that we have more resilience. So a couple more breaths like that. And not only resilience, but also the ability to pamper ourselves as we need to. It's because we do also need some of these sweet things that we can do to make life better. And then when you're ready, come into some circles with the hips. So really let these circles be where you can explore and move into the shoulder joints, the hip joints. Let the head relax. Let the head, the neck just follow the momentum of your movement. Take a few more breaths like that, just really enjoying even the funny sounds that are coming from our joints right now. Our joints that are saying, wow, so glad you're moving now instead of sitting. And then take your time, come into the other direction. And we'll make these juicy circles. Just really letting things feel nourishing. A few more breaths like that. Nice. Great. And then we're going to come back to center. Great. From here, we're going to take a couple of standing poses. And after our standing poses, we're going to move into yin yoga and listen a little more to the Taoism of Pooh. So we're going to bring the right foot forward, bend the right knee, and let yourself just relax into a simple crescent lunge. Nice. Then left hand is going to just move back towards the left thigh, the back of the left thigh. Nice. And right arm, we're going to relax to the inside of the right leg. We're going to let ourselves kind of lean forward. So if the right hand comes towards the earth, you can take the right fingertips onto the earth. And then we're going to press the back of the right arm against the right leg. And so the arm presses back against the leg. And with that, we're going to turn the heart towards the left. Great. Let's sweep the left hand to the right hip. And take a few more breaths like that. So just using our bones to give us a little more leverage. Whenever we put some compression deliberately into the bones, we're increasing the hyaluronic acid, that can come into the bones. It's one of the few ways we can nourish the joints. Great, and then from here, you're gonna tuck your left toes, and we're gonna bring the leg away from the earth and ground the left foot. Nice. And then we're gonna turn a little bit more, press down through your right foot a little bit more. There's an option here, you can bring your right elbow onto the right thigh if that feels good. And then right hip is going to draw towards the left heel. So just creating a little more opening here. Then let's sweep the left arm up and extend the left arm all the way to the right side. Remember the shoulders again. So we're gonna breathe into the shoulders. And then we're gonna soften the shoulders here. So a couple more breaths like that. Right hip drawing towards the left heel. Great, and then press down through the feet, and we're gonna extend the arms into warrior two. Great, and then let's straighten the front leg and come into reverse triangle. Lengthening the right arm towards the left. And you're gonna take a couple more breaths there. Nice. Great. We're going to sweep forward, transition through a quick little downward dog. So just bringing both the legs back and spreading the hands, press down through the finger pads and draw the hips back. And of course, if you want to do something other than downward dog, half standing forward bend, or anything else, that's totally fine. So we're going to take 2 more breaths here. And as you exhale again, let go. And we'll soften the knees back towards the earth. Walk the hands back towards yourself. Great. And then this time we're going to bring the left knee to bend and left foot forward, coming into a lunge on this side. Great. Same thing here, just letting the hips relax forward. Right hand to the back of the right leg. Nice. And then we're going to let the left arm relax forward more and let the knee press against the arm back against the knee. So 2 things happening at once. Left fingertips towards the earth, if you can hold there, if that feels okay. And we'll breathe into this. Turn the right shoulder up towards the sky. Nice, we'll take a few breaths there. Right hand starts to come to the left hip. So opening in a twist, an open twist, the heart towards the sky. Nice. And then from here, we're going to press down through the back toes. And you're going to ground the right foot. Nice. Continuing to turn open the heart. Maybe bring the right arm up if that feels right for you. And you also have an option to bring your elbow higher onto the left thigh. Then we'll sweep the right arm overhead. Nice. Extend the right fingertips. Press down through the outer edge of the right foot. And then turn open the heart. So breathing into this. Few more breaths. Then we're going to press down through the feet. Coming up into warrior two. And then straighten the front leg. And we'll sweep back into reverse triangle. Nice. Take a few breaths there. Turn the left ribs up towards the sky. And relax your shoulders. Great. And then from here, bend the front knee. Bring your arms forward again. And we'll step back into downward dog for a moment, or any pose of your choice. Micro bend your knees and draw your outer hips back. And take 3 more breaths here. letting go on your exhalations. So sigh out the breath. Great. And then from here, let's have the knees wide open. We're going to draw the hips back. I'm going to stretch it all out. The hips, the sit bones of the hips, are going to draw really far back as the fingertips travel forward. But the shoulders are going to stay intact. So the shoulders are not going to squeeze up to the ears. The shoulders are going to soften back, and we'll rest the forehead against the earth. And then we're going to take this into a twist, so child's pose twist. Just walk the hands a little closer towards yourself. We'll slide the left arm across. We'll bring the right arm up, right hand to the left hip. We'll take a few more breaths here, just letting the shape help us to relax the shoulder. Nice, nothing else to have to do. Just feeling the sensations of release as you exhale. Great, and then when you're ready, come back to center. And we're going to switch to this twist on the other side. So just right palm facing up. We're going to slide the arm across. Left hand to the right hip. And again, just letting this shape help you to fill the right shoulder or the right shoulder blade with breath. Great, and then from here, gently come back to center. And we're going to take a seat. We'll be facing forward with the legs wide. So if for you having some props when coming forward feels nice, if you have anything at home, that would be nice for resting the forehead on when you come forward, or maybe you're able to fold and kind of reach all the way forward. You can also do that. So just taking whatever you might need here. And for most of us, we tend to have a lot of tension through the inner legs. So to mitigate some of that, it helps us to have a little support under the hips. So when you have support under the hips, it's easier to let yourself tilt forward instead of rounding back. So just getting us into better posture and making it easier for us to come forward. And so in your own time, and again, adjusting, and this is not the time to agitate the nervous system after all the beautiful things that we have done. So micro bend the knees if you need to. Bring your props in, make sure that they're the height that you need. And then in your own time, and maybe even come forward and just rest the head onto the hands. And only if it feels normal for the body, feels okay and comfortable, then come forward. We're going to stay here for a little bit. So again, bringing us into our detoxing, our letting go of excessive heat in the body, our liver meridians that are running along the inside of the right leg. Just let your prana, your breath, help to flush that out. There's a lot of sensation here, a lot going on, so be kind to yourself. And we'll be here for the next 3 minutes. So coming into this yin pose for your inner legs and the liver meridians. I'm going to continue where we left off in the Tao of Pooh. Check my device. Okay. So the Tao of Pooh. We were discussing the definition of wisdom late one night. And we were just about to fall asleep from it all when Pooh remarked that his understanding of Taoist principles had been passed down to him from certain ancient ancestors. Like who? I asked. Like Pooh Taozi, the famous Chinese painter. Pooh said. That's Wu Taozi. Oh, how about Li Pooh, the famous Taoist poet? Pooh asked cautiously. You mean Li Pooh? I said. Oh, said Pooh, looking down at his feet. And then I thought of something. That doesn't really matter anyway, I said, because one of the most important principles of Taoism was named after you. Really? Pooh asked, looking more hopeful. Of course. Pooh, the uncarved block. Oh, I have forgotten, said Pooh. So here we are, about to try to explain Pooh, the uncarved block. In the classic Taoist manner, we won't try too hard or explain too much, because that would only confuse things, and because it would leave the impression that it was all only an intellectual idea that could be left on the intellectual level and ignored. Then you could say, well, this idea is all very nice, but what does it amount to? So instead, we'll try to show what it means and amounts to in various ways. Pooh, by the way, it's pronounced sort of like poo, but without so much ooh like the sound you make when blowing a bug off your arm on a hot summer day. Before we bring our resident expert in for a few illuminating remarks, let's explain something. The essence of the principle of the uncarved block is that things in their original simplicity contain their own natural power. Power that is easily spoiled and lost when that simplicity is changed. For the written character Pooh, the typical Chinese dictionary will give a definition of natural, simple, plain, and honest. Pooh is composed of two separate characters combined. The first, the radical or the root meaning one, is that for tree or wood. And the second, the phonetic or the sound giving one, is the character for dense growth or thicket. So, from tree in a thicket or wood not cut comes the meaning of things in their natural state. What is generally represented in English versions of Taoist writing as the uncarved block. This basic Taoist principle applies not only to things in their natural beauty and function, but to people as well. Or bears? Which brings us to Pooh, the very epitome of the uncarved block. As an illustration of the principle, he may appear a little too simple at times. Great, we're just going to transition to the next shape. So from here, walk your hands back towards yourself, and you're going to turn to your left side. So keeping the legs just as they are, and adjusting if you need to make it a little bit less aggravating if so far it's been feeling intense, or making it more intense if it's been feeling too easy. Take whatever prop you might need or want, and then bring yourself over the left leg. So you're just letting yourself lengthen over the leg and just softening forward. So in whatever way feels like a nice support for you. And we'll hang out there for a little while more. So back to Pooh. I think it's more to the right, said Piglet nervously. What do you think, Pooh? Pooh looked at his two paws. He knew that one of them was right, and he knew that when you had decided which one of them was right, then the other one was the left. But he never could remember how to begin. Well, he said slowly, But no matter how he may seem to others, especially to those fooled by appearances, Pooh, the uncarved block, is able to accomplish what he does because he is simple-minded. As any old Taoist walking out of the woods can tell you, simple-minded does not necessarily mean stupid. It's rather significant that the Taoist ideal is that of the still, calm, reflecting, mirror mind of the uncarved block. And it's rather significant that Pooh, rather than the thinker's rabbit, owl, or Eeyore, is the true hero of Winnie the Pooh and the house at Pooh Corner. "The fact is," said Rabbit, "we have missed our way somehow." They were having a rest in a small sandpit on the top of the forest. Pooh was getting rather tired of that sandpit and suspected it of following them about, because whatever direction they started in, they always ended up at it. And each time as it comes through the mist at them, Rabbit said triumphantly, "Now I know where we are." And Pooh said sadly, "So do I." And Piglet said nothing. He had tried to think of something to say, but the only thing he could think of was, "Help, help!" And it seemed silly to say that, so when he and Pooh and Rabbit were together, he just kept quiet. And then from here, we're going to transition to the right side. So take your time again, coming from the left side, turning to the right, and lengthen the front body. Come forward and rest over the right leg. And we'll also hang out here for another 2 minutes. "Well," said Rabbit, after a long silence in which nobody thanked him for the nice walk they were having. "Well, we'll better get on, I suppose. Which way shall we try?" "How would it be," said Pooh slowly, "if, as soon as we're out of sight of this pit, we try to find it again?" "What's the good of that?" said Rabbit. "Well," said Pooh, "we keep looking for a home and not finding it. So I thought that if we looked for this pit, we'll be sure not to find it, which would be a good thing, because then we might find something that we weren't looking for, which might just be what we were looking for. Really." "I don't see much sense in that," said Rabbit. "If I walked away from this pit and then walked back to it, of course I should find it." "Well, I thought perhaps you wouldn't," said Pooh. "I just thought." "Try," said Piglet suddenly. "We'll wait here for you." Rabbit gave a laugh to show how silly Piglet was and walked into the mist. After he had gone 100 yards, he turned and walked back again. And after Pooh and Piglet had waited 20 minutes for him, Pooh got up. "I just thought," said Pooh. "Now then, Piglet, let's just go home." "But Pooh," cried Piglet, all excited, "do you know the way?" "No," said Pooh, "but there are 12 pots of honey in my cupboard, and they've been calling to me for hours. I couldn't hear them properly before, because Rabbit would talk. But if nobody says anything except those 12 pots, I think, Piglet, I shall know where they're calling from. Come on." They walked off together, and for a long time Piglet said nothing, so as not to interrupt the pots. And then suddenly he made a squeaky noise and an ooh noise, because now he began to know where he was, and he still didn't dare to say it so out loud, just in case he wasn't. And just when he was getting so sure of himself that it didn't matter whether the pots were calling or not, there came a shout in front of them, and out of the mist came Christopher Robin. Great, and then we're gonna come up from the right side. Nice, taking our hands under the knees, and we're gonna bring the legs in towards each other. And take a moment, just let the legs extend in front of you. We're gonna draw up and breathe in, and as we exhale, we're just gonna let ourselves come forward. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the chin towards the throat. Just take a few more breaths here, letting yourself curl forward in caterpillar shape. Nice. And then from here, we're going to transition into Shavasana. So anything that supports your practice, anything that feels lovely to let yourself really integrate all of this that we've done to pamper and to soothe the nervous system. Maybe some blankets over your body, maybe even a pillow over the eyes. We're going to come back to our original starting shape. So lengthening the spine along the earth again, letting the legs extend, relaxing the back body and the arms. And taking a few more breaths, you're just letting yourself fill with breath, and exhaling to really come to settle. And there's nothing else to have to do now. Just simply breathing, simply being, resting in your Shavasana. As you rest here, just sharing with you a little bit more from Pooh. After all, if it were cleverness that counted most, rabbit would be number one instead of that bear. But that's not the way things work. From the state of the uncarved block comes the ability to enjoy the simple and the quiet, the natural and the plain. Along with that comes the natural ability to do things spontaneously and have them work, odd as that might appear to others at times. As Piglet put it in Winnie the Pooh, Pooh hasn't much brain, but he never comes to any harm. He does silly things, and they turn out right. To understand all this a little better, it might help to look at someone who is quite the opposite. Someone like, well, let's say Owl, for example. Letting you rest for another minute, just in sweet silence, integrating in Shavasana. And gently deepening the breath. smooth, deep breaths into the body. Feeling prana circulate throughout the body. And feeling relaxed and complete, just as you are. Wherever you are at the moment, seated or lying down, just letting yourself feel that inner experience again. Make your way to a seat and we'll meet with the eyes softly closed. Then let's bring the hands onto the heart. Just let ourselves soften towards the heart. And over this week, let yourself percolate on the meaning of the uncarved block and how that might be useful in your life. We'll chant Om to seal our practice. So taking a breath in. Letting the palms meet, bowing to our hearts and to each other. Namaste.